On the surface, everything at Real Madrid is still shining under the glow of victory. Under Xabi Alonso, the former club hero who has returned as head coach, Los Blancos are flying high, sitting pretty at the top of La Liga with an impressive record of 10 wins in 12 games, including a convincing win in El Clasico. In the Champions League, their 7th consecutive appearance and 9 points after 4 match days is a solid springboard for the knockout stages. However, in the world of elite football, beautiful statistics sometimes mask a much more complex truth. According to Spanish internal sources, particularly Mundo Deportivo, a covert storm is brewing in the Bernabéu dressing room. The worrying thing is that this discontent isn't coming from the benchwarmers, but from 5 indispensable pillars, the players who define the club's present and future: Thibaut Courtois, Jude Bellingham, Vinícius Jr., Eduardo Camavinga, and Federico Valverde. The key question is this: how can a manager who is delivering great results like Alonso fail to win over hearts and minds like his 2 legendary predecessors, Carlo Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane? The first disgruntled group, including Courtois, Bellingham, and Vinícius, is facing a fundamental tactical problem. The philosophy Xabi Alonso brought to Madrid, a very structured, detail-heavy possession style honed during his time in Germany, is fiercely clashing with the natural instincts and strengths of Real Madrid's superstars. Alonso demands a sequential, scientific build-up approach, moving the ball methodically through the lines to stretch the opponent and find gaps. This forces Thibaut Courtois to act as a sweeper keeper, engaging far more in ball distribution with his feet. For a goalkeeper whose main strength is superhuman reflexes and shot stopping, the pressure to deliver accurate passes under high duress is deeply unsettling. Courtois simply doesn't want the added responsibility of a misplaced pass that could lead to a goal, which goes against the core nature of a traditional keeper. Similarly, the slow pace, with too many horizontal passes in their own half, is blunting Vinícius Jr.'s sharpest weapon. The Samba star thrives on pace, on quick through balls that give him space to explode into and execute one-on-one take-ons. A system that builds slowly means the opponents have ample time to retreat and defend in numbers, turning Vini from a sudden, explosive threat into a player who is simply boxed in. He's receiving the ball less and struggling to make an impact. Furthermore, Alonso's perceived favoritism toward Mbappé and his early substitutions of Vinícius have fueled the rapidly intensifying rumors of a serious falling out between Vini and his coach. Most surprisingly is the discontent of Jude Bellingham, the current sole and top goal scorer of the team. His issue seems to stem from being cramped into a rigid tactical framework. Bellingham is the ultimate box-to-box midfielder, craving the freedom to roam and participate in every hot zone. Dropping deep to win the ball or aggressively bursting into the box, Alonso's philosophy appears to demand that he hold a more rigorous position and focus on ball progression, which reduces the natural spontaneity and penetrating runs that have become his signature. In short, Alonso is trying to reprogram the artists. He prioritizes systematic precision, while these stars crave improvisation, flair, and freedom of expression. If the first group is frustrated with the playing style, the second, Federico Valverde and Eduardo Camavinga, is disappointed because they are not playing in their natural positions. Both Valverde and Camavinga are world-class central midfielders with exceptional stamina, technique, and power. However, under Alonso, they are constantly being sacrificed to plug holes in the squad. Due to fitness issues with Dani Carvajal and Trent Alexander-Arnold, Federico Valverde is frequently pushed back to play as a fullback. While the Uruguayan star still gets the job done thanks to his speed and fighting spirit, this is a terrible waste of talent. His explosive energy, his ability to break through the midfield, and his powerful long-range shots are completely neutralized when he is nailed down to a defensive flank. Valverde feels he's not being utilized to his full potential, an understandable frustration for one of the most complete box-to-box midfielders on the planet. Camavinga finds himself in a similar boat. Though a true box-to-box number 8, he is often forced to deputize at defensive midfield or even left back, being constantly rotated and not settled in the position where they feel they can contribute. The most is eroding the spirit of both players, turning them into utility workers instead of the dazzling stars they are meant to be in the engine room. Tactical and positional issues are only half the story. The more serious part comes from Alonso's vastly different management style, a stark contrast to the soft power and man management of Ancelotti or Zidane. Alonso has brought in a new iron discipline. He demands absolute focus and high intensity, evidenced by his use of drones to monitor training sessions and record every movement. Video analysis sessions have become longer, more detailed, and more demanding. Alonso prepares meticulous, millimeter-precise tactical plans and requires absolute adherence from his players. One of Alonso's top priorities is to stamp out bad habits entrenched in the team and revolutionize the culture of secrecy. He wants to turn the Real Madrid dressing room into an impregnable fortress where no information is allowed to leak to the media. This is a severe blow to Madrid's established culture of familiarity, where players, agents, and family members often frequent the training ground. The Spanish strategist has significantly cut down the number of club staff allowed access to the dressing room area before the match, and at halftime, relatives, agents, and friends loitering near the training area are also strictly limited. The climax of this tightening control was his decision not to train at Anfield before the Champions League clash against Liverpool, citing the need for privacy and avoiding media frenzy. However, Alonso's efforts to control information are meeting resistance from a stubborn dressing room. The problem of lineup leaks, a perennial illness at Real Madrid, persists. Before the Liverpool match, the Spanish media once again published the starting 11s with 100% accuracy. This raises a crucial suspicion. Either the players simply don't care about the coach's demands, or they are deliberately letting information slip as an act of subtle defiance. Alonso's rigid approach is colliding with a powerful, deeply ingrained dressing room culture. Alonso is currently standing in a paradox. He is trying to build a sustainable system, but Real Madrid is not a place to build. It is a place to win, and win convincingly. Although Real Madrid leads La Liga, the Madrid press and pundits are not entirely convinced. Heavy defeats against big rivals, such as the 4-0 loss to PSG in the FIFA Club World Cup, the 5-2 defeat to Atletico, and the recent 1-0 loss to Liverpool, have fueled doubts about the team's mettle in high-stakes matches. A media channel close to Real Madrid criticized the new playing style after the Liverpool defeat. The style has changed, but the effectiveness has not. The players are not suited to just passing. If you don't advance, possession is useless. The club hierarchy fully supports Alonso's efforts to purge the leaking culture and discipline the team. But power from the top is one thing. Power and respect inside the dressing room are an entirely different story. Alonso is facing the biggest challenge of his career, convincing the world's biggest egos that his way is the right way, that iron discipline will bring longer-term glory than individual flair. He and his staff are constantly calling for patience to change deeply rooted bad habits. But patience is a luxury at the Bernabéu. Xabi Alonso may be on the verge of creating a magnificent revolution, or he might be sunk by the very discontent of his 5 biggest stars. The balance of power is tipping, and only time will tell if the hero of yesterday can win this complex psychological battle, even while his team is currently standing on top of La Liga.